Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Black and White Builds 423. Here's the video I told you we would be doing this week from the last video, if you haven't checked that one out, about my wife's reaction to buying this without her permission and her being out of town. But anyways, here's my brother's Camaro. It is a slightly built. I will give a full walk around of the Camaro and the Corvette, put the stats up on the screen while we're walking around. This one's sitting at almost 500 wheel horsepower. This one is bone stock, except for an air intake. And we are welcoming my brother, Daily Driven 423, back into the YouTube world. He took a break over winter time because this is all he had, and it is useless during the winter weathers here. So anyways, he's gonna give a quick lowdown on what he's had done to this, and then we will be shipping the cars off to Mexico, having professional drivers race them to see how close they come up, and then hopefully I will be taking this over to a drag strip today as long as the rain holds off. If not, I'm pretty sure the Mexico footage will be more than enough for a really awesome video, due to he is slightly built, he has more power, but I am lighter, more aerodynamic, and have more rubber on the road. So we will jump over to that as soon as he does his little part to introduce himself back into YouTube and try to get back in the game.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back, but anyway, let's talk about the car a little bit. It's sitting just under 500 horsepower. It's got a tune, headers, and then the cam. The cam and the headers actually are by Texas Speed. The cam is the Stage 2 kit, and then the headers and the X-pipe are also in the Texas Speed brand. And then we have Corsa exhaust, Corsa mufflers, and then the nice shiny Corsa tips on it. It's got to be at least 20 horsepower. I mean,
Just adding a pretty shiny tip.
Yeah, just adding the shiny tips makes an extra 20 horsepower. Other than that, I mean, it's stock airbox. Pretty much, you open the hood and it looks stock. You can sort of see the headers, but other than that, pretty much stock. He's got some much wider tires than I do, but should be a pretty close battle here. We'll see.
And obviously, before the cars make it to Mexico, you guys should definitely try to put a comment down below of who you think is going to win. I'm the older, bigger brother. He's actually bigger than I am, but I'm the older brother. Just kind of like the Corvette. It's the bigger, well, it's actually newer. It's newer, but it's kind of like the bigger brother form, but actually, just like me and him, his car's actually a lot bigger than mine. So I think this could be killer. Him and I have never been able to actually race. We have both been building cars for many, many years, but where I was in the military and I was gone for so long, I could never get one of the cars I was building down here during nice, sunny, beautiful summer weather to where we could race. So today is our first grudge match ever to see where we are, and then the channels are both going to build from there. So I want Pro Charge and he wants Pro Charge, so I guess it's going to be a race of who can find that magical pot of gold to see who can afford it first.
I'll just have to take all the carpet and all the seats out of my car. That'll kind of help.
That'll almost get you down to this weight class.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Every seat, most likely, with your big, thick, luxurious leather seats.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to do some quick photos of the cars over at a park, and then we're going to ship them off, let the professionals do their job, and then hopefully we will end up at the track tonight. just before we take them to the drag strip and everything and then ship them off to Mexico to have those guys do what they do best, I would like to also say both of these cars have the same amount of money into them. overall. He bought his for low 20s. I bought mine for mid 20s. Obviously used, both of them was fairly high mileage. And with his build on top of his that he has is almost about $3 grand invested. So they're sitting at about the exact same amount of money overall invested. So that's why this is such a killer idea for, do I want a Camaro? Do I want a Corvette? So it's all up to you guys. Tell us what you think afterwards. Oh man, we finally got the footage back from Mexico. That was killer. I bet those drivers had one heck of a time, if you ask me. I think it was a pretty even race. What do you think from the footage?
I thought it was pretty close.
There was parts where the power band this guy took off. There was parts of the power band where this one was doing his thing and catching up or taking off, whichever way you want to look at it. But I think that was one heck of a race right there, and that could give anybody a great idea on what car they want to buy, because the insurance is about the same, if not maybe a few bucks cheaper on the Corvette, surprisingly. But about the same amount of money invested versus buying this one bone stock, well, other than having air intake that the guy before me put on. And with his build that he has done to his car, plus the purchase price, they almost end up dead even. So are you disappointed, happy with it? What were you, how was the outcome to you?
I was pretty happy with it. I thought that it was just gonna, I thought the Corvette was just gonna pull on me right from the get-go and just completely leave me in the dust. But yeah, it ended up being a lot closer than I thought it was. So I was pretty happy with it.
I'm really excited about that race. That's the first time my brother and I got to have our cars actually be raced. Now granted, if it was us, it probably would have been down to driver error, it looks like, because they were that close. Luckily, the professional drivers did a great job, it seemed like. So I do think the guy I had driving mine, I think he kind of screwed up on the first one, I think a little bit on the 50 roll.
Probably.
I think he screwed up a little bit. And you were definitely gaining very quick, or the guy was with your car, so that was killer. But guys, definitely put down in the comments what you all think about that race, and we are going to go ahead and have some street fights coming up as well between these ones. He wants to do a few more things to his car, and then we are going to actually take them to the drag strip. I believe we may, by the time we get to the drag strip, we may be fast enough to where we will have to be wearing helmets. That's our goals for now, at least. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Stopping by for the first time, please subscribe and go check out his channel and see what footage his driver got of his versus mine. So guys, it's unbelievable how awesome these channels are going to become. We've got the Corvette, he's got his Camaro, I'm still building the Power Stroke, and we do have off-roading videos coming with the Jeep, because those are rare here lately because I've been toying with these two too much. But anyways, go check them out.